Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17.
No one can beat us when we got Super 17 on the roster finally. What is going on, fellas? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero video. Breaking news by the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news and fan hub page. Now take everything that I'm about to say with a massive grain of salt. I'm not a data miner myself. I don't really know what the likelihood that everything you're about to see in today's video will be added to the game. Probably a good chance because this game is going to be living for years and years and years, but we just don't know when, if, who is getting put in the game. But breaking news by the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news and fan hub page. And if you guys aren't already, do be sure to go and follow this page over on Twitter. If I can remember, I'll be sure to link them down below in the description box for you guys. Android Super 17 has been located in Sparking Zero's data mine. You guys see how many likes this post already got? Let me go ahead and contribute myself there. 24k likes in the span of, it hasn't even been 12 hours yet. That's how much we love Super 17 out here in these streets, and it's still really confusing on how he got excluded from the base roster. They just literally skipped right over his arc. They went from baby to the shadow dragons. It was pretty weird, but hey, maybe they just knew that the hype behind this character is unreal. So we're gonna go over here to the official data mine, which was posted by Mondo Mega. So they're gonna say, while Spike Chunsoft scrubbed any references to Sparking Zero's upcoming Superhero and Daima DLC, oh, they being really secretive with Superhero and Daima, there are leftovers from content cut from the base game. Below are the internal character IDs with some of the gaps filled in using another internal list of names that otherwise follows the ID order. And as you guys can see right here, all the names in gray are the characters that we already have on the base roster, and the names in red or pink, depending on, you know, sometimes I'll be a little bit colorblind. This might look pink one day, red another day. These are the characters that were cut from the base roster that we're hopefully looking forward to seeing one day. Some of these characters, I don't really know what type of DLC pack they could come in, and then there's other characters that I just really don't see making the game, period. Like these three right here, Zeno, the Grand Priest, and Mai. I don't know, maybe somewhere down the line, and Yamu too, I don't know. The Zeno's assistants, Zeno's guards, bro, this would be the greatest game of all time. I know I'm glazing a little bit, I'm gassing it, but this would be, in my opinion, one of the greatest games of all time if they threw in like Zeno's guards and the Grand Priest and things like that. That would be so hype. But these are the characters that were currently missing from the base game that have been data mined, and as you guys can see, we have the Supreme Kai, Paiku Han. Yo, this character right here, if we get Paiku Han in the game, I'm probably gonna have to throw him on the main team, man, which I still don't really have a main squad. I've been doing so many videos over the past few days that I haven't really been able to sit down and play like I want to. I'm probably gonna have to just stream to be able to do that. But then we have Grandpa Gohan, another cool character that I can't wait to see if he will eventually make the game, hopefully. Nam, Android 8, and these are characters that we assumed would be in the base game if they started us out with a decent amount of OG Dragon Ball characters. These three guys right here, I really thought they were going to be making the base game, and Chi-Chi as well. Now there's a couple of different versions of Chi-Chi that we could possibly see in the game, and is Arale on here? That's another question. And I assume all these characters that are like question marks right here, and I'll even go ahead and zoom this in for you guys a little bit more. So I assume all of these characters right here that are question marks, maybe these are the scrub Daima and Superhero characters that they just don't want us to see. I'm not really too sure. So then we have, obviously we have Bardock through the board right here. King Vegeta, this was a character that a lot of you guys were saying that you really wanted in the game. I was actually surprised with how many people wanted King Vegeta. He's not necessarily the most unique character to me, and I don't really know what he would be able to bring to the game. He would probably be really cool to see in like episode battle or something like that. If he is in any episode battle or any, I don't know, I haven't played Vegeta's episode battle, I have no clue what's going on over there. So if he is already somewhere in the game just as like an NPC or something, or a cutscene, I have no clue. Next we have Fasha. Well, I guess that wouldn't be true because this is all content that has been cut from the base game, right? So he probably wouldn't be seeing any, his name file is probably in like custom battle or something like that, but as far as the model itself, I doubt that he's in the game in any capacity, right? Then we have Fasha from Team Bardock, a pool. Do we need any more Frieza Force soldiers? Do we need a pool? We have Kui, we have the nameless Frieza Force soldier. I don't think we need any more of those guys, right? Next we have Salza. I think he would be a really cool addition to the game. So seeing Salza, or I think what is his other name, Thouser, I think he would be pretty cool. And we have Zanya, another character that I felt like could have made the base game. I wasn't surprised when she didn't make it. And when we're done going over the entire list, I will be sure to click on this because Mondo Mega did leave a little note at the bottom, and also they have some replies down here under the tweet, or I guess this isn't really even a tweet, this is Blue Sky, whatever that is. But down here at the bottom under Baby Vegeta, we have another question mark character, and then underneath Sin Shenron we have Mercenary Tao, who I definitely thought was a shoo-in to make the base game. I didn't think we were only just gonna get one OG Dragon Ball character. We have General Blue, Spike the Devilman, the Pilaf Machine, Tambourine in the game files. You guys thought I was insane putting him on my character prediction list, but Tambourine is right there. Going back up to the top, we have Yamu, Demon King Piccolo, who, oh bro, shocked me. I was so shocked that he didn't make the base game. Then we got my boy Jocko, the #1 space cadet. Hey, you guys told me that he wasn't gonna make the game at all either. I really hope he does. I still think Jocko is an insanely fun character. We have Zeno, the Grand Priest, and Mai. These are three kind of awkward characters. I don't really know how they would work in the game. The Grand Priest and Zeno would have to be like 15 DP each. Then underneath these super characters, we have Tagoma, Zeno's assistant, another character that, man, I would be shocked if they made it into the game. Champa and Vados, two characters that I thought would pretty much make the game as well. Then we have a lot of question mark characters right here. Something tells me if they're in this range, these had to be like a lot of the Dragon Ball super characters that we guessed before the game came out, and maybe they just got scrapped. We have Bergamo, and then we have the rest of the trio of danger. More than likely Dragon Ball super characters just because of where they are on the list. I'm just guessing that the order these are in, all these question mark characters right here could potentially be Dragon Ball super characters that just got scrapped from the game for whatever reason. Then we have Ribrianne, Kakunsa, and Rosie, who are already in the game, of course, and then a lot more question mark characters. So underneath this internal listing right here, Mondo Mega is going to go into a little bit more detail by saying some alternate forms: Great Saiyaman 2, Kibito Kai, Super 17, there he is right there, and even the other Shadow Dragons are also listed underneath the base character: Videl, Super 17, Android 17, and Sin Shenron. So if we go back up here to the list, as you guys can see, these are separated by 10 at a time. So if I'm understanding this correctly, again, I'm not a data miner, underneath Android 17 right here, in between 450 and 460 would be Super 17, and then underneath Sin Shenron right here between 700 and 710 would be the other Shadow Dragons, possibly, if I'm understanding that right. Now as far as the other Shadow Dragons go, I'm not sure if it's all of them or just the ones we're expecting to see at some point, which are Ice and Nova. That's kind of still up in the air, I guess, until we get a little bit more detail. But TLDR, basically every missing veteran from BT3 was planned and probably is still coming as DLC eventually, as per Mondo Mega right here. And they're also going to go on to say there's also strong evidence that Great Ape Goku and Super Saiyan 1 Caulifla were scrapped as transformations, as well as the base forms for Garlic Jr., Frost, Ribrianne, Kakunsa, and Rosie. Base form Garlic Jr., I was actually a little bit surprised that he didn't make the game because he was in BT3. And the other forms of Frost, I wasn't too surprised. I felt like that was just going to be a lot of like wasted space if they put like the first couple of forms of Frost in the game. I feel like Final Form Frost is good enough. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments. And then they're going to say the versions of the characters currently in the game being internally treated as first transformations rather than base. He's talking about Super Garlic Jr., Frost, and Ribrianne mostly. And they're talking about Super Garlic Jr., Frost, and Ribrianne for the most part. But I don't want to make this video too long, guys. Just a little bit of a small but also massive update if this turns out to be true. Datamine for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Full credit goes to Mondo Mega right here and the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero fan and News Hub page for posting this. This post went absolutely crazy in the last 8 to 10 hours, man. If you guys aren't already, definitely be sure to go and follow this Twitter page right here. And also follow the boy on Twitter as well. I'll be sure to link both of us down below in the description box. Super 17 hopefully coming soon to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but it's probably up in the air as to when, because we already got the DLC schedule for the first part of next year. I think Q1 is going to be Superhero, Q2 is going to be Daima, and Q3 is also going to be Daima. So I don't think we'll see any DLC outside of that for possibly a year or so now. I think whenever we do get Super 17 in the game, it's clear that he's going to be at least an 8 DP cost character. If he's anything under 8 or 9 DP, I would be shocked. But let me know your predictions and thoughts down below in the comments, fellas, for potential DLC with everything you just saw here today. Again, I don't know about some of these Dragon Ball Super characters like Zeno, the Grand Priest, and Zeno's guards. Those are so far-fetched to me, but if we don't get Pikkon at some point, I might lose it, man. And we have no version of the Supreme Kai either. We don't have Supreme Kai, Kibito, or Kibito Kai. Bro, there's so much room for this game to grow. As far as some of these Dragon Ball Super characters, man, I still feel like, yo, ain't no way in hell, bruh. They could pull it off eventually, but I feel like if we got Zeno, the Grand Priest, and by some chance Zeno's guards in the game, yo, these would have to be like 14, 15 DP cost characters, man. Ain't no way you building a team with these guys. But anyways, fellas, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Some really exciting data mines for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in the first 2 weeks of the game. We got a lot of hype names here to be looking forward to. Hopefully all of this stuff comes true, especially Super 17 and Pikkon. But anyways, fellas, have a great day, and I will probably see you again in a few hours. Bye, guys.